wish you could smell this Palo Santo. It's so amazing. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Reiki for the Fluid Soul. I am Christine, a certified Reiki master. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We are going to dive into healing the father wounds. What that looks like to each one of us is going to be completely different next to our friends. What I want to do, I don't want to go too deep with this because some of them are very, 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 very deep. I want to just focus on just below the surface energy and, right there, the one that's kind of always playing in the background is what I really want to touch on. And then if you feel called to, come back and rewatch it because there are layers upon layers upon layers to your healing. You can spend a month diving into your wounds, and 2 years later, 5 years later, they can resurface and feel like the same trauma all over again. So many, many, many layers to dive into. So today, I want to just kind of smooth things out for you, give you space to really dive into that unconditional love that you hold within yourself and in your heart space. Bringing on, of course, your higher self, your father's higher self, and all of your angels and your guides. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit subscribe, like, comment, and share if you haven't done it. And then go find that quiet corner in your home, right? Give me 10, 15 minutes. This is just for you. Carve it out. We're going to dive into that breath. Wherever you are during your week, I know right now we are midweek. I want you to reconnect to your body, anchor in, to that soul, anchor into that root chakra. You have a lot of things going off in your mind right now. Your to-do lists are wanting to scream at you. I want you to simmer them down. This is just for you. It's just for you. Now this can definitely apply male or female, whatever you identify as, whatever your role is with your father. Everybody has some sort of wound to heal there. Doesn't matter how deep it is or how insignificant you think it might be. It's always worthy of checking in just to see maybe what might be lying underneath the surface that you may not even be aware of. I know I'm in my 40s, growing up in the 80s and the 90s. I had a father who was very firm, I'll say, with his parenting styles. He was, he had his moments of, goofy and playful and joyful. He had plenty of moments of those, but when it came down to the nitty-gritty of it, he was very firm. He had that heavy hand a lot of our fathers had back in the 80s and the 90s. So there are still some wounds here in my soul that I definitely feel is my responsibility to tend to. Even though as I grew, into adulthood with my father, I was able to patch up some of those, raw, gross, open wounds that were really holding me back in so many different aspects of my life that I was terrified to move forward with anything in my life out of fear of rejection or worthiness. And healing those father wounds really did it was a key piece to me living my best life, among other things. Just a key component. So let's, while I have you nice and relaxed, pay attention to any emotions that might be coming up, and especially pay attention to your body. You know, I'm a firm believer in that your trauma and your neglect and your wounds can be stored in your body. So with the body, the left side of the body represents the female and the right represents the male. So pay close attention to what is happening with your body. You know, you might feel some stuff on the right side getting stuck. You might feel some stuff on the left side getting stuck. And what it is you moving through it and it's coming up to be released. As long as you are calling in your higher self and asking for your angels and your guides for support. We're not asking for anything hard or anything heavy, just a smooth, gentle transition into what lies beneath. A lot, you know, the traditional father figure has this very heavy and rough exterior and almost like an emotion, a heavy emotion of, you know, a rock or a wall might be coming up for some of you. And what that is, bring that up. If that's something you're moving through, bring it up and see where it might have an attachment to a relationship that is important in your life, that is significant in your life. A lot of times we don't even know that we're carrying this heavy, hard trauma with us. And we naturally take it on as our own and we use it as a tool for our relationships in our life. It's up for you to decide if that is a tool you want to hang on to, if it's something you need to kind of release and give it back. This is where it's really important to call in the father figure, higher self. If it is an uncle who raised you, if it was a grandfather, if it was your actual biological father, your stepfather, ask for their higher self to come in and be present with this healing so you can hand back any struggles, any emotions, you can hand that back to them. And what they'll do, they'll transmute it. They'll bring it back to source and it'll turn into a beautiful healing moment for not only you, right? There's a ripple effect. There's a ripple effect that goes out to that father figure you're healing. It's up to you if you want to, you know, rekindle or refuse that relationship. For some of you, it may not. It may just be so toxic that you have to cut the cords, and that's completely whatever feels right for you. You can envision that in your mind, cutting a cord that attaches you to them. You can envision, you know, you being fused, that relationship being fused back together with love and balance and harmony. right for you. Definitely wanting to clear out any old, stuck energy that you might be taking on as your own that is not yours, that you kind of held on to maybe as a child or as a teenager or as a young adult. You kind of held on to it because it was pieces of your father that were important to you, and but they're almost toxic. So we're gonna break that up. And we're going to create space and allow space to come in for that love and that unconditional emotion to come into your heart space. Listen to your body. Listen to what comes up. Listen to what emotions come up, what memories come up, and what come to the surface for you. If it's anything painful or anything harsh that you're not ready to tackle, gently at your own pace, on your own terms, navigate this wound. Whatever emotions come up, honor them, honor them. Not everybody moves through, an emotional, tearful experience. Some people can move through, bursts of anger and hate. And they can even burst into laughter. Some people can fall asleep. Whatever emotion, whatever is coming up for you, honor that. That is a key component to your healing. No one says that you have to sit here bawling your eyes out in a, puddle of tears. To help anchor all of this in. Whatever is being released, gracefully breaking up and falling out of your energetic field. Creating space for you to allow that unconditional love to come in. And you might be surprised at how that comes in. You might get a letter or a phone call, or you might see something from a father figure in your life. That's a good indication that your healing is definitely being anchored in within your heart space, and you have just opened up. So what you can do is, because this is not a one-on, this is something we can do, at a one-on-one session, but this is really just, below the surface kind of thing. So if you feel good, if this felt right with you and it resonated with you, feel free to come back, watch it again, heal another layer, and then when that one is wrapped up, come back and do it again and do it again. They're little mini sessions, if you will, to help heal this father wound that we all have. We all carry this, some form of a father wound. You guys are so amazing. You're so beautiful. You are so loved. You are so abundant. I'm going to wrap you in this light. So for the rest of the day, you are supported. If something comes up, you will know exactly what to do. You'll be given the exact amount of time that you need to release and move through this healing. So amazing. Thank you so much for being here with me. This has been so wonderful. If this resonated with you, like, comment, share, and make sure you